Good evening and welcome to Telling Tales. Here we tell atmospheric stories together through the medium of tabletop role-playing games. It's Monday evening and we are playing Masks of Nyarlathotep with 7th edition Call of Cthulhu. But before we start, some promo stuff. So below the stream are links to our other streaming platforms, our social media, our Patreon, where if you enjoy what we do, you can support us, and our Discord, which you should join and come and chat with us and the other people who are involved in and enjoy the channel. Lots of great chat on there about Kickstarter recommendations, book recommendations, the games we're playing, the games we're not playing, and the friends that we made along the way or something. But yes, without further ado, the group are currently in New York investigating after the untimely and I was going to say unceremonious, but maybe it was more ceremonious death of their friend Jackson Elias, who they spent some time with in Peru in the prologue chapter. And there have been lots of interesting things going on. Some of the police maybe on the side or in the pocket of a potential cult that may be involved in a slew of murders, of which Jackson's is only the latest. There may be an innocent man being put to death, and there may be other strange things going on as well. So last week, the group spoke with, went to two different universities, Harvard and the Miskatonic, looking for books and to speak to experts in all things cultish. So apart from the Farwells, who we will bring on last to discuss what they may have been doing in that time. So first, let's bring on Jack, who plays Ted Hobbs. Hey, Jack.
Hello.
How did Ted enjoy the train journey and the times at university?
Yeah, I think he did. It was a pleasant change of pace in comparison to getting shot. So
always pleasant. Yeah,
it's nice to have different dynamics,
different experiences.
Like
yeah.
So yeah, we met some new people. Really enjoyed meeting the Australian professor's daughter. He was equally as pleasant as getting shot. I think Ted's keen to get investigating Juju House and seeing what's going on there. That seems to be where at least the investigation's going, and it's all going to come to a head there, he thinks.
Oh, yes. And also of note is that I think at the time that it will be when the game starts, you will have sort of 2 full days left before potentially whatever they do once a month is due to occur again. Let's bring on Steve, who plays Edwin Price. Hey, Steve.
Hi, Jonny.
How's Edwin? Did Edwin enjoy university?
Oh, yes. So Edwin, behind the scenes character creation thing. Everybody has a memorable location. And Edwin's is the library. Because meaningful locations, yes, library, because it's calm and organized and all knowledge is available if you know where to look. So Edwin has been definitely enjoying these non-confrontational, apart from Professor Cowell's daughter, obviously, non-confrontational trips to the library, a little bit of information, not being shot at or chased or, threatened. Yeah, it's very pleasant. Thank you. Mute.
Yep, that was to make the dog quieter or silent. Doesn't work for me, but works for everybody else. Let's bring on John, who plays Merritt. Hey, John.
Hi, Jonny.
Merritt, back amongst the books. Yeah, how did Merritt find the university trip?
I think he, other than the circumstances, quite enjoyed himself. You know, it's nice to be back on university grounds and to be in the presence of academics, even though he was talking to people outside of his usual area of expertise. And it was also kind of just nice to see how those two specific American institutions will differ from the British institutions or British and European institutions that he is more familiar with. But I think he is sort of feeling like pure theoretical academia has failed us because the book we wanted is missing, and the professor we wanted to talk to knew nothing about what we wanted to talk to him about. And in Merritt's experience as a linguist, when books aren't enough, you have to go to the place that is most relevant to the thing you're trying to learn. So Merritt is sort of feeling like maybe a visit to Juju House is very close on the horizon.
Cool. Thank you. And I might bring both Farwells on at the same time, find out what they were doing while that was going on.
Hey, Jonny. Yeah. I had the idea, totally not from watching last session, and totally actually before in reality things happened, that it might be interesting to look for some disguises, because we have thought about the idea of going to Juju House and or Emerson Imports, trying to not appear so obviously as ourselves at the very least, because I think at this point, certainly Winifred is very conscious that we've been pulled up by the cops near these places. They know we're investigating it. They're clearly wrapped up in it. Just us showing up in any context is super suspicious. But it would be really valuable to go when it's open in the daytime to have a look around and see if we could sneak into anything. Just not as ourselves. So that's kind of Winifred's thinking. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly an idea, and because I don't have anything better to do, I'm up for it. I do wonder whether the game provides any stock disguise planning apparatus.
I mean, I also just have 5 in disguise, so it's not looking great. But I hope this can be improved with planning.
Well, there's a 1 in 20 chance it can.
Is there any sort of like quadruple advantage? Any more than that, or would be evens? Evens would be like 10 times advantage. That's not how numbers work, but maybe.
I'm wondering if...
I'm sorry.
It's a shame we're not near Hollywood, really, because then you could just hire,
actors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, there's that, yes. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why we don't just hire PIs.
I mean, I had
get them to do the role playing for us.
I kind of brought this topic up before, but yes, it seemed a bit sort of arm's length. See nothing wrong.
We're not going to do any role playing, but Jonny, tell us how our PIs get on.
I love the idea of that. Just like, I don't know, why didn't you just hire someone to do everything for us?
It seems a lot less risky if we just pay people to do all the work.
So
to be fair, like the description of the disguise skill, if you were to make a roll, is regular difficulty to convince strangers that you are who you say you are. For example, to return to the scene of a crime that you perpetrated yesterday and escape notice.
Oof.
Now, I'm not too sure that that is relevant to putting on a hat and going incognito in a shop.
Yeah.
So
It's true. I put 40 points into disguise, Jonny. Don't let them get away with not putting anything into it.
Well, we have our sort of...
Jack,
no, but
you're on our side.
that means that you could go to Emerson Imports where you were perpetrating a crime and potentially...
Hey, allegedly.
I don't think we were perpetrating a crime. I think we were just
we were not doing a crime. Exactly. Loitering's not a crime. Getting shot is not a crime.
To run away from a policeman.
You weren't perpetrating a crime. You were thinking about perpetrating a crime.
Resisting arrest is a crime, I do believe, actually. But never mind.
Yeah.
They didn't say you're under arrest. They just shot at us.
Is it a crime to
Said
run
it
away
before.
from someone shooting at you? That's
No,
That's
not
the
in a free
question we should be
country. Not in a free country. I mean, we are in America, but apart from that,
I think they did say "you there, stop" or "hey, freeze." or
yeah,
something
that
of a
doesn't
similar-
sound like
You're
someone hold
under
up
arrest.
I love the idea of running
in
away.
Supreme Court.
Yeah, but we're not American, so we've got diplomatic immunity.
That's true.
Immunity revoked.
Oof. Well,
So what? I'm just looking at the skill list.
how high do I have to roll
Really,
to buy a hat? That's the question.
It's like, yeah, it's less of a disguise, more. I'm just looking for clothes that look like very different from what we would be expected to
Yeah,
wear,
that's exactly.
and that might potentially cover our faces a bit.
Tell me what.
I-
Where are the clothes that you people wear?
I'm tempted.
Fetch me some human clothes.
I'm tempted to go to let you choose from like an art and craft role, like putting together an outfit.
Okay.
Have to make it out
Um,
of crepe paper.
Ooh.
No, but
like
you know, combining the different pieces to create something that is cohesive but very different to what you would wear.
Devil's wear.
Because
Prada.
Johnny, hear me
I
out.
think putting together an outfit that is a correct combination of things but a different style to what you would wear could be quite difficult.
Mm.
So I will allow art and craft. I will allow appraise.
Amazing.
No, appraising. Sorry. Or perhaps
Navigate,
you could-
maybe.
Perhaps
To navigate
you
your
could
way around
use
these style decisions.
some kind of interpersonal skill to convince the person in the shop that you wish to have an outfit that fits X style.
One
or
disguise,
what have
please.
you. Yeah. If I wanted to look nothing like me for a short period of time.
You just be like, we're English tourists, and I'd like
You just want to fit
have it
in.
the height
Cool.
of New
Yeah.
York fashion.
Yeah.
Please.
Yep.
One New York.
Yeah.
I think rolling charm. I can't find a logical way for myself to justify it, and so instead I'm going to roll appraise apparently, and I fail.
Now, Johnny, hear me out. I have art and craft flute at 58.
It will be your base art and craft score, so rather than the
Oh my
Five
God.
to get in a good outfit.
Would you also accept an appearance roll? I don't know why I'm throwing stuff out because I'm not there, but
The thing is, appearance
I
is
just
really
like causing
high.
chaos.
It's a much higher stat than most things. I feel like it's more likely what we would use when we're there than now.
You know, speak for yourself, mate. But
I guess I know
Rating for
appearance is
knowledge of
partly based on you and your face, but in my head it's also like how well
tell
dressed
me
you
about
are
it.
and like how put together you are. So if you have a high appearance score, then I would imagine that you have more of a sense of fashion.
that tracks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm throwing things out.
I mean, everything at the wall. See what sticks.
Yes,
Yeah,
that tracks if we have good appearance.
I failed my roll. I'm happy to live with this
Okay.
fact.
I have 25 in appraise, so I'm tempted, but I have 40 in persuade, and persuade seems like the stat that might be most relevant to trying to persuade someone that I want a specific weird
A disguise.
choice without it coming across as a disguise. So I think I'll go persuade. Yeah, I passed that. 30 under 40.
Terrible.
Nice.
Absolutely terrible.
Okay, yeah. So I think Mr. Farwell's probably like putting different hats on. Like complete like you've chosen a coat and you are choosing like you're like working around the one hat that would fit with them. and trying
Yeah.
on every other hat.
And like
missing
also
the one
like
that's...
trying on like cowboy hats that are styles that I've never
Just
seen
getting so
before.
distracted.
Be like,
I just
do you think I can pull this off? Like,
I think maybe Mrs. Farwell's kind of looking a little lost in the store, and a young lady comes over and says, "Hello there, ma'am. Are you? Can I do anything to assist you today?"
Thank you. Yes, I was just looking for local fashion, I suppose. Something to remember this city by.
Oh,
What I have at the moment.
is this to wear when you return home to, I presume, England, or is it to wear here in the city?
In the city here. Something that,
Okay.
seen around everyone else.
Okay. And she, puts together something that would, it doesn't look exactly, you've not seen somebody walking around in this outfit, but certainly you feel like if you've seen sort of groups of 3 women walking along together and chatting, and you feel like you would not look strange sort of walking along next to them. And I think you're
Can I
quite
drag
happy
Wilfred in to this as well? Is that possible?
Yes.
Or is it just for me?
I'm happy with that.
I'm currently looking for the best hat that I could buy. I'm looking for inspiration.
Yeah, I think once Mrs. Farwell's outfit is organized, the young lady kind of picks up the hat that's directly in front of Wilfred's eyes that he's not been grabbing, and says, "Could I suggest this one, sir, for that with that coat?"
I'm sorry, I'm drawn by this one that has the feather in.
No. I think you should listen to the young lady, Wilfred.
I'm going to buy this felt hat with a silk cord and a tasseled feathered sermon. I found it on Pinterest. I'm buying it. And that is I've appraised the situation. This is the hat that I want. But I will also consider other hats. I'm just going to be wearing this hat from now on.
While Wilfred's having this conversation basically to himself, I'll go, "We'll take that hat too, thank you."
My camera seems to have died, I think.
No, yeah, you're pissed off.
Ventriloquism career's really taking off.
Mike's got. Oh, hello.
Okay. So is Wilfred buying 2 hats?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
She says, "Looks great on you, sir. But I would recommend this one with that coat."
Assess honesty.
And she rings you up. I'm happy to take this in as Mrs. Farwell's incidentals. You leave with what you think would be a reasonable way to not look like a tourist going into this store, basically.
Nice. By the way, side point, but Mrs. Farwell's Incidentals, great spin-off series from this.
Are there any other small tasks that you would like to do with that day?
I could imagine us having a brief conversation, because I feel like it's still during the day. I was having a brief conversation about actually going to Juju House, but I want to say we decide not to and to wait for the rest of the route, because I want to have that conversation with everyone before we go.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't know why we need to wait around for everyone to turn up, and we're definitely going to go to Juju House.
Just because I want to scene with them before we spend 45 minutes in Juju House.
All right, well, okay, well. I'm going to put a picture of my hat on the chat, and then everyone will be able to tell me how good it looks when they get in. And this is from a page of hats that are from period accurate, so I'm going to stick with it. Yeah. No, I think Juju House sounds like a great idea. I don't think we need a disguise for it. I am happy to know whenever. If anything, I think that my hat is peculiar enough that I will look like someone who's into exotic art.
Just wear the hat she recommended.
No, I will. I'm just saying
try-
it wasn't a bad idea. It was just a different idea.
Does Wilfred have any like facial hair, by the way, Justin, or is he like clean shaven?
Wow, it's only your husband.
I think that I think a little bit of facial hair, not you know, but probably shaves every few days, so more often than I do.
Okay. That's fine. I was imagining, you know, you had a beard and you could shave before you go or something. It's all right.
I could I could disguise myself with a false beard.
Mhm.
We could go buy one of those.
They don't sell them in that shop.
No,
Oh.
no. But
Where
with
does
some
one go about
glue
buying a false beard?
and some rabbit skin.
Jojo House is just,
And they
why
say
is
I've
this
only
man
and
with
they say I've
randomly
only got
good taste?
5% in disguise. Yet these ideas are clearly gold.
Okay, are we skipping to the next morning?
Sure.
Excellent.
So I'm not sure if you all remembered, but I think you had a telegram from Carlton Ramsey when you got back to the hotel in the evening, advising that he had some plans for the buildings. So that may be early on your agenda for the day. But I'll say that you all convene for breakfast early-ish.
Is it worth a quick? Miss Farwell asks, so how were the universities? Any luck?
We had some luck. Yes, we found the name of the book that Jackson was after, Africa's Dark Sects. But yes, it had gone missing apparently. But strangely, about 4 or so months ago, presumably before he'd asked for it. A weird smell in the library as well to go along with that.
Smell?
Yes, like rotting meat.
No explanation?
None that they found, no.
Very unsettling. And you said before he even requested it, so it's not like someone removed it because of him or anything.
No, indeed. Before like
May,
he says,
June?
checking his notes, May or June last year. Yes.
And no one's found it or anything. There's no.
No.
Huh. And we don't have an indication that it's might be in print somewhere else.
That is something we should check. We did check at whether the Miskatonic University Library had it. They did not, unfortunately. But yes, other places might. We should, yes, search for that at some point.
I suppose if it's this sort of a tome that a university had that's gone missing, it's probably not going to be in a regular public library, but yeah, we could ask around at least. And nothing from Miskatonic then, really.
We got to see some photographic plates that went along with Professor Kell's lecture, and we were also invited to visit him in Australia, should we ever be on that side of the world. But nothing major, I don't think. Oh, we did find out that the red headdresses, the strip of fabric is supposed to represent a tongue.
Ah, around the head?
Dangling from the forehead, I believe.
Very macabre. Did that kind of track from my vague memory, Johnny? I assume it did. Like they were wearing things. Because I remember in my memory it was scarves, but it could feasibly have been things around their head.
You're not sure, but you think it was more almost like a bandana the way that they were wearing it.
Okay, but that's still plausible then. Got it.
But yeah, Steve, I think from what Edwin found out, it was specifically high-ranking members.
High-ranking members might have an actual human tongue.
Yeah.
On the headdress.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they've. Yes, and it was assassins specifically who would wear these. Yes,
but perhaps they had turned them round for convenience
New
sake
York,
while
fashion
while stabbing and
tangled, running around the streets. Yeah. Okay, if Edwin has shared that, yeah, the assassin's part as well. I was like, oh well, those who killed poor Jackson, they definitely had. It could have been round their head, I believe, like a bandana, perhaps. They were certainly assassins. Makes sense. Not that it tells us very much more, though.
That was the strange thing. The information that we found was spread around, little in multiple places. It wasn't all in one convenient book or entry. It seems to fit with, I don't know, perhaps with the theft of this book as well. Perhaps there are people belonging to the cult who attempt to minimize the amount of information published about them or remove it where they find it. I don't know.
Fascinating. But for what it's worth, me and Wilfred, Wilfred and I, we looked into appearing less foreign, standing out a little less around here, I suppose.
As you can see, I'm wearing my hat to the breakfast table.
We also have a less conspicuous hat and other clothing, which I hope might help us go a little less noticed if we did want to pop into Juju House during the day to have a look at their artworks, for example. Or, well, I've never been there before. My husband has, but Mr. Price, Mr. Barton, you haven't been there, so maybe one of you would want to come instead. Regardless, it is an option that we could look around during the day, perhaps.
Well, on that note, we did. Yes, we had a telegram from Mr. Ramsey. Apparently, well, and I will lower my voice if we are in public. I guess we're eating breakfast or something. We do have the. Apparently, Mr. Ramsey was able to find the plans for those buildings.
Oh, that does sound useful. So we go see him first?
It would seem prudent. Unless anybody else has any pressing matters to attend to.
There's one other thing that sticks. Yeah, I completely agree. I think we should go and do that immediately. We have. Well, it's only 2 days away now, less than 2 days until that evening when something is supposed to happen, so we need to prepare as best we can. But there is one other thing that just sticks in my mind. I don't know if it's going to help us at all. The lady with romantic ties to Dr. Robert Houston, Carlyle's doctor, the lady who died, Imelda Bosch. Her name was just running around my head yesterday. We haven't really found out anything more about her yet, but I don't know. It's probably something to investigate after all this with Juju House. But yes, just in my mind. I really want to find out what started all of this with Carlyle and the others, and her death is early on in the chain of events, so. Anyway, for another time, maybe.
Perhaps following some of her story would give more insight on Dr. Houston's story, which might clarify some of his notes a bit.
Perhaps even give an indication what was going on early on with Carlyle. What was drawing everyone into this? Perhaps even who this Miss Bonet might be, or what influence she had. We know that Dr. Houston was concerned about the influence she had on Carlyle. Perhaps that had an impact upon his romantic relationship at the time. He investigated her and something happened. Speculation, and probably not for right now. Let's go visit Mr. Ramsey first.
Cool. Yep. So you head to Carlton Ramsey's law offices. The front door is closed. It's a very cold day. Again, crisp cold. Snow still piled high at the sides of the streets, and slush at the edges. It's very difficult to escape without wet feet, unfortunately. But you, head into his offices, and as is common, his niece greets you, and basically it invites you straight into Carlton's office on this occasion. So whether he's left a note that you're probably to be expected, or whether you're just so well known there now that she's and nobody's in with him already, that she's kind of like, I'm sure it's fine. Quite possibly the former, because it's probably still quite formal between them in working hours. But yeah, you are directed in, and Carlton says, please, everyone, take a seat. And kind of gestures to whoever is in last to close the door behind them. And then heads over to his cabinet and says, too early? It's probably 10 a.m.
It's a bit early.
We're the best lawyers.
I politely don't look at Mrs. Farwell when she says whatever she's about to say.
Just a teensy one, perhaps.
It'd be rude not to.
I think it's Mrs. Farwell says that. He heads over, hands her the glass, and gently pause while kind of looking at her when she says to stop.
There's a good 2 seconds before she says stop.
And Ted is having a drink. Is Mr. Farwell having a drink? No? Okay.
Not today. Not yet. I've just drank. Thank you. I just had 2. I lied.
I've had enough today already. Thank you. He paused himself.
Yeah. I don't know why there's a question about this. This hat is lasting a minimum of 2 episodes.
Carlton Ramsey does not mention or acknowledge not even with an eye glance.
That's because it looks so natural.
He's got a good poker face. Or it looks very natural, yeah. And he pulls out kind of like a big rolled sheet of paper, and kind of spreads it out on his desk, and says, well, here are the plans you asked for, but I'm not sure quite how useful they will be. And he shares with you It doesn't say barred windows on the thing, but I didn't bother obfuscating those. So he kind of points out, says, so ransom cord is here. This is your pawn shop, one single large room, which Ted and Mr. Farwell, that lines up with when you were in there, you could see all the way to the other end and you didn't see anything going off in any other direction. And I believe this is the property now known as Juju House. 2 rooms, essentially, split down the middle of the building. I'm also led to believe from the planning documentation that there is a basement. However, the dimensions are not available on any planning schematics.
Jonny,
So is
having seen the place, it's at ground level, correct?
Yeah, so on this side, Ransom Court, it's essentially, it's ground level. On this side, the barred windows are like slightly up from the ground. You can see here there's a staircase going up to the pawn shop.
So we haven't. It's not like we've seen any windows below those barred windows. You know, like when you have high up windows for a cellar or something.
No.
Okay.
Where is the abandoned place that we popped our head into?
That is this here, the top section.
Yeah.
That's
what I thought. So you could enter that abandoned section only from the ransom court.
No, all through this staircase from West 138th Street.
But do we know if that staircase?
You know that you've got in this door. You did, and you don't know whether that's on a main road, so you would attract some attention probably if you were going into an abandoned place while twiddling with the lock.
What's the 1920s equivalent of like fluorescent jackets that allow you to just walk in anywhere without anyone looking at you? We need that.
It's
That's
how far Mr. Farwell dressed before he wore the hat. That's what he wore. He wore labourer's clothes.
Yeah.
What is that little protrusion at the bottom of Juju House? Is that actually anything, or?
I think that is an arrow that has been partially blurred out.
Yeah, that is an arrow that has been.
I meant the one over to the right. That one.
I don't think that is anything. I think it's a weird artifact.
Not a chimney. Not a something we could climb down.
A chute leading to a murderous barber or something.
Could be.
Well, Mr. Rumsey, you mentioned a fun story in regards to your acquisition of the plans.
Oh, yes. Well, just a little subterfuge, I suppose, which is not my usual modus operandi. As much as obviously we're all heartbroken about Jackson's death, it does provide us a cover story for a lot of things. The potential that the estate owed money to Emerson Imports, and in this instance, the potential that he had been looking into purchasing the abandoned pawnbrokers as a residence for a not particularly well-off relative of his. And yes, strange that the plans seem to come as a two. I suppose probably the building initially was perhaps one space that has then been separated off, but worked well in terms of our discovery here. So.
Well, yes, thank you for going to that effort. That's it does give us some information. I suppose.
So
kind of
I
look at the
suppose
others
perhaps one. I'm not sure if you have been to view the area. I assume. Perhaps one half of the building is a shop front, and the other is storage or residence. Of Juju House.
Mr. Hobbs and Wilfred, you said you got into the other building, correct? The abandoned one. I'll
Yeah.
point to the map.
Yeah.
We can describe that.
Carlton's pointedly whistling and walking around his desk as this conversation is taking place.
Yes, perhaps I'm talking to him about the inclement weather.
I think probably smiles slightly, Carlton. In the
it's
full
not
acknowledgement that
trespass,
he's
no one else
obviously
can
aware we're
leave.
going to do stuff like this. Yes. Do you think you could get in again, maybe, without being noticed? And,
I think it'd be very difficult to notice me right now.
Who said that? Yeah, I think unless someone's come back and locked the door again, was left.
Seems unlikely.
Yeah, it seems unlikely. So we might just be fortunate enough to walk up and let ourselves in.
Especially if Mr. Ramsey's correct and it might all have been one building, there's a fairly good chance that there might be a relatively easy way to observe or perhaps even get into Juju House from that building at the top.
Or if
Fill
there
a
was
whole wall,
a
stick
basement,
your eyes against it.
the basement might not have been sealed or divided up very well, or or if some of the bricks were loose and had to be helped to be loosened, it's going to be better to do it in the basement than the ground floor
Or the attic space.
or the attic. Yeah,
If it's not commonly used, and they may not have bothered to put a division in.
Good idea. So I suppose we have three approaches. Go into the shop as visitors, try to sneak in, or at least sneak an indication of what's in there by going into the abandoned building when it's quietest, or waiting until whatever's going to happen and then trying to break in or otherwise get in during that time, when presumably we'll find out the most important information, but also it's at its most risky.
I mean, I do worry a little bit about waiting for the night of the whatever event is happening, because what do we do? What are we going to do if we break in and we discover it's full of bloody tongue cultists? Or what do we do if it's full of police and bloody tongue? Like, I still don't know yet. We don't know yet, but we don't know a lot of things. We don't know what we're going to do. We don't know what our plan is. We don't even know what we're trying. Like, I felt when we were all together in Peru.
Yeah.
It all felt like it was much easier to know what we were doing. And here, I don't think we really know yet what these bloody tongue cultists want, apart from to murder people.
It feels like to me, if there was any way of us getting a clear indication that there was something illicit, I don't think there's any doubt in any of our minds that there is something illicit going on there, but if there was some proof of it that we could take, or at least we'd use present, then it might
Yes.
be much easier to get actual authorities involved to back us up to catch the culprits of whatever's going on in 2 nights' time, because we're not going to go in there and stop them, are we? I mean, that's
That
very
is a
fair
good
enough.
point. If we could get some sort of evidence that Lieutenant Poole might be interested in, then perhaps he could arrange a sting for the night in question and catch them in the act of whatever the act is.
Anything that suggests payment reaching Captain Robson and his men would be ideal in helping to break, certainly the police's corruption issues. And that would help Hilton Adams, of course.
Well,
I'm not sure what you can do about the cult itself, but yes.
We have 2 approaches to try. I suppose the safest, I suppose either could be safer. If we think they're going to recognize us regardless of changing clothes, then it might be very dangerous indeed to walk in the front during the middle of the day. But if we think that's unlikely, then trying to break in could be very dangerous. What do you think we should do first?
I mean, I think scouting out the place, trying these basement and attic, and listening against the wall options are all sensible options. I think trying to get into the property at night might be a sensible option. I think that all of these things have legs.
I think that all 6 of us walking in and pretending to be customers would draw enough attention that perhaps we might consider part of the group to go into the shop to have a look at the lay of the land, search for evidence if there is any immediately available, but also cause partial distraction, while perhaps the rest of us sit next door and not have to worry quite as much about making noise. Of course, the question is, who feels confident enough to go into Juju House in a small number?
Well, I believe we did look at getting these clothes for ourselves, but the prospect of creating a distraction, not just going in, I must admit I'm not keen on that at all. We're trying to avoid being noticed. We're not expecting that they won't recognize us at all.
Good point.
Bearing in mind we've already been pulled over in the street just based on descriptions. Jonny, it's not a particularly big shop, so I don't get the impression it's likely there would be 20 people in there browsing and looking at various things, and the person who might be in the shop would not pay attention to each individual customer intensely. It's difficult to tell. I know we haven't been in yet, but it's quite a small, intimate place, I get the impression, so it's likely they would pay attention to each person, right?
I think that's a fair assumption, especially if you do think that the sort of building being split in half is not 2 sections of the shop and is 2 separate things. If the part that faces Ransom Court, if just that half is the shop, then yeah, it would be. I mean, you don't know how you could probably fit. If it was some kind of event, you could maybe have like 15 to 20 people walking around in a circle looking at items. But for a comfortable shop browse, probably 5 or 6 people in there. And you don't think it would be that busy constantly. You know, there's a good chance that you could go in and there would be nobody else in there, you reckon?
And another problem raises its ugly head. There's a good chance they're going to want to talk to us if it's such a small place. And the moment they realize, well, our accent, I feel like it's unlikely they won't make that connection as well. I am certainly no good at doing other accents. I have no hope of doing a New York accent. Anyone else?
Well, you could probably attempt a French or Spanish accent if you would like.
Seems sensible. Ted's always good with accents. I've heard him do some.
I'm walking here.
See?
This is the first instance in the world of someone saying that. This is where it comes from.
That
Ted doing it
originator, trendsetter.
There's a guy just walking by in front of the shop and goes, "Oh."
Ted's got this down.
I love the idea that at least one set of clothing we've got is for a woman, but we'll just put it on 10. It'll be fine.
We can also go to the shop. We can go back to the shop.
No, it's done now.
I think one British person could go. We've got an American, a Spaniard, and an Englishwoman all walk into a shop. It's so good it can't fail.
This is going to be like, is it Inglourious Bastards? Golami.
The more we consider this plan, the less confident I feel. Maybe we should just sneak in and be done with it there.
No, once you've made a plan, you should follow through. Otherwise, that's wasted game time. I'm not going to sit here and make all these plans and then not follow. All you need to do is roll well. That's all you need to do. Doesn't matter if the plan's terrible. If you roll well, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely no flaws in that argument whatsoever. That's
As long as you don't roll badly, nothing can go wrong.
Just don't roll roll low numbers.
Yeah, like Ted. Ted's fine. He's over all of his stuff. His bad times because he rolled well.
Also, you've had another night's sleep, so Ted can have a.
Oh yeah, true.
Hey, look at that! I'm at 80% health.
He didn't cough up any blood today.
He's actually more healthy now. Then
I genuinely feel like this whole conversation has fully scared Winifred to the point she doesn't want to go and do anything.
Well, at least we all got new hats out of it.
There's still Emerson imports.
True.
I'll go back any day.
I suppose that is a safer option to legitimately inquire about. They might not let us in, but we could at least ask.
I don't know.
I feel like we should be inquiring about all of these things. We're not yet
Yes.
at the point where we have to choose solely which one lead to pursue.
Well,
Okay, so are we gonna? Yeah.
We go to
So-
Emerson Imports in case they have additional information about Juju House,
Sensible.
which we think they may have because we found the proprietor's name on a business card for the imports. And then that information may help us when this afternoon Hobbs and I visit Juju House while the other four of you examine the pawn shop next door.
Excellent. I love this plan. It's a brilliant plan, and I'm intent that we follow through.
very well. Emerson Import sounds like the safest place to start. So let's go do that. And
And we're all rocking up at Emerson Imports.
Well, maybe one or two of us can actually go and talk to them.
Okay.
Probably not one of the two are the same that are going to go into Juju.
Yeah,
House.
yeah. I'll go talk to Emerson Imports and someone else. Mr. Price, since you aren't going into Juju House?
Sure. Go on. I
Carlton-
don't have a hat, but you know.
Carlton, because he's still in the office, right?
Yes.
Sure.
Carlton says, Mr. Price, I'm happy for you to say that you are working in conjunction with me and just wanted to offer gratitude for his assistance or whatever you think may be an appropriate reason to be there.
Perhaps we have a further business inquiry of some sort.
Well, maybe
could,
do we just carry on with the story of wanting to buy this pawn shop, and we want to import goods into the country to sell in our new shop that we're looking to buy?
Perhaps a
Coincidentally, is it next to
British
that
goods
weird
store?
art, weird art shop that might have cursed goods in it as well? Do you know anything about that? But you know,
feel
that
like
could be the
that's
line.
Perhaps
It
too
could,
much of a
it's not the
coincidence.
worst line. It's not it's also it's maybe not
I
the
feel like
best
they would-
line, but
They would be very suspicious about the coincidence of us talking to them and happening to mention that the shop that they import for is
You
the
don't
neighbour.
you say, "Oh, the one on 137 West Street."
It
Do
seems
you
very
any deliveries in that area? I
coincidental.
don't know. If you need a backstory to get in, it's better than I guess. I don't know
I feel like
what
it's
would the
plausible
story
that
be.
we might know a bit about Emerson imports. We might know that they import from Africa. That seems like something that they would expect us, might expect.
yeah, that's true.
To know. We could inquire about it ourselves. Say we're interested in unusual arts from Sub-Sahara, perhaps.
I think that there's a good line there about saying, we're looking to import from Africa, and we want to know if they've got any shipping. Do they do any shipping in that area? Are there good places to be located? Because you want to be located near other stores selling similar things, because that's where the customer's going.
Let's
And
not talk
that's
about Juju House.
all right.
Let's
Well, we
just
need to
keep
talk
it
about
to
it
the
at some
import
point, because if we just
Yes, we
go,
go there and have a look.
if we just go there and find out if they do import, like yes,
We're
they
just gonna
import from other
end up
countries,
importing.
we'll be like, great, goodbye. Like at some point we need to work out what's going on with Juju House. But I agree that
We need
saying
to not get caught immediately at this point, okay? Me and Mr. Price will handle this.
no, I don't know if that's true. We only have a few days before the full moon, and we need to find out absolutely everything and take all the risks. No holds barred. No, with abandonment, with no concern about what failure will bring.
No concern for safety or tact whatsoever.
That went
I
so
think-
well last time.
Most people, unless they are already of suspicious tilt of mind, don't really pay much attention to the trajectory of questions they're being asked. What I'm saying is, if you were having a one-on-one conversation with perhaps Mr. Nkwane, then getting a story straight in advance would be worth it. But going in to talk to what may just be an office manager at the local import company, who maybe they are nefarious. I don't know.
Jonny,
Almost certainly not.
Jonny, when we got a vague reading from Mr. Ramsey, Carlton Ramsey, about he thought that they were on the level.
Yep.
So I suppose we could ask Mr. Ramsey, when you spoke to them last time, was there did you get any sort of feeling that they were in some way related to Juju House on a level that went beyond simply a business arrangement?
No, I did not.
And they know about the death of Jackson Elias, because that was how you got in touch with them.
Yep. He seemed genuinely saddened. Jackson had been to speak with him, and he.
So we could simply ask them what Jackson had talked to them about.
Yes.
There we are.
Let's do that. And if the conversation ends there, then perhaps we could push in the direction of inquiring about imports as well, and what they might import and who they sell to, if we feel the need to.
Mr. Arthur Emerson is the name of the owner.
Thank you. I shall jot that down.
Perhaps we have blown this all out of proportion.
We won't have done.
That-
There'll be something nasty waiting for us there, I'm sure.
And that Winifred will down the rest of her drink and stand up.
I suppose we have no way of knowing if we're being overcautious until we're not being cautious enough, so perhaps you've got the right of it.
Is there anything else to discuss here, or shall we get going? It sounds like we have busy plans for the day.
Let's get going, I suppose.
Okay. to Emerson Imports on the docks, I suppose, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, much as you remember. Did everybody go there in the day and look at it from outside? I think you might have all gone. Yeah.
No.
No.
So there were two of us. I think Ted and I went and stared at the place, and I didn't want to.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And
that's
then
right.
it was Ted and Wilfred that
Okay.
night, and then Ted got shot.
So yeah, much the same as you three remember it. Yeah, just a sort of long warehousey building with a loading dock at either end that you can see. Obviously, activity going on around at the edge of the river. Are you just going for walk straight in on this occasion?
Given what we've heard from Carlton Ramsey, I think walk straight up to see and then kind of raise attention. I'd prefer that Mr. Price do that. But...
Presumably,
so somebody,
like a trade office entrance, rather.
Yeah, so there's sort of the the larger entrance for sort of crates coming in and out, and then there's a door next to it. But as you're approaching the door, somebody kind of wheeling something catches your eye, and says, "Do you need something?"
I would like to speak to Mr. Arthur Emerson, please, if he's available.
Okay, one moment. And he wheels this up onto the loading dock and then kind of leans inside. It's that, that weird thing where it's like, it's not as light inside as it is out here. So he almost disappears into the darkness as he kind of leans in his upper body. And you hear this, "Hey, boss, some folks here to see you." And he reappears from the darkness and says, "I'll be down in a minute."
Yes, thank you.
Carries on inside.
I will be on the lookout for anybody looking at us strange. No, hang on. No, let me rephrase that. For anybody looking at us with intent. I was going to say strangely, but we're tourists. So, Winifred, are you wearing your not disguise, your
locals outfit?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like almost. No, I think I'd probably wear my normal clothes at this point because I think I'm not trying to be not me right now.
And you're still sort of bundled up for the cold, so it's not like you're in high fashion or anything. You're still sort of.
Right now, we're still plausibly running under the "This Is Us. We're actually here" about Jackson Elias thing. So
yeah.
I was thinking I would look around a bit while we've got a moment now. Kind of we're half in the doorway. I get the impression the door's open, so I'm kind of just trying to get an indication for what sort of things, if there's any crates that are open, if there's any obvious stuff around that's being moved from place to place that's actually like what sort of imports they do, or if it's just everything odds and ends.
If they're wheeling around like coffins or cursed.
Yeah, exactly. Clearly mummies and stuff.
Yeah.
Everything is crated. So make me
spot hidden.
It's almost certainly going to be, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's the only. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, that is a success.
I just scrape it as well.
Okay. So you see. I've just found out that my PDF is hyperlinked, and I've ended up 400 pages later than I wanted to be. You see a few crates labeled with from different places, but the one that piques your interest is labeled as being from Mombasa. This is just sort of like wheeling back and forth, around.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get any idea of what's in any of them, but yeah. And then Arthur Emerson appears and says, "Good morning. How can I help you both? Need something importing, I suppose."
I will glance at Winifred. Am I designated talker currently?
Yeah, I think you start because we were running with the while you got
Sure.
in touch, and you were.
And it is morning, isn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning. We're friends of Jackson Elias. I believe a colleague got in touch with you recently.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, firstly, I'm very sorry about Mr. Elias. Secondly, would you like to just head up to my office?
Oh,
It's kind of noisy in here. You know, there's crates just being dropped and not dropped, but like flumped onto the floor from where they are. And so he, takes you upstairs, closes the office door, says it'd be much easier to have a conversation at a civilized volume in here. So yes, I spoke to Mr. Ramsey. Is there something else that there was no outstanding account or anything, Mr. Elias, which I think is what the concern was, but
Well, indeed, yes. Well, we obviously this matter has caused us some considerable distress, and we find, well, we have a curiosity regarding the circumstances of his death and what went on previously. So I was wondering, I believe he came and spoke to you at some point beforehand.
Yeah, can you make me some kind of interpersonal roll, Steve,
Sure.
whichever you think is appropriate? A charm or a persuade, probably.
Okay. Persuade I can do. We haven't got to fast talk yet, I suppose. So,
Mhm.
48 over 40. That's a lot of luck to burn, isn't it?
Are you feeling lucky? Or less lucky, as the circumstances should dictate?
Do you know? Actually, have a bonus die because you're following up on an existing,
Okay.
good role play decision.
That was even worse. That was 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He says, he came to see me. He was, I think it was maybe for a book. He was asking about, I think he'd been around a few import-export places to see if anybody was dealing with anyone in Mombasa. I do, but only one exporter, and it goes to that art emporium on between 137th and 138th West.
Oh, interesting. Maybe worth asking them about these things.
I think he was gonna, after speaking to me, was gonna go there and speak to their manager. I think that was sort of his plan.
So it's artworks and such from that region that's important?
Yeah.
Do you know anything about them? Just tribal arts and things? Probably what we say
I
at the
believe
time.
so. Some interesting stuff I've seen. I mean, we don't always, we check the. We don't look at these things with an art critic's eye. You must understand. We're checking for damage and such things. But some of it, I could be considered a fan of. Some of it's a little more interesting than it is aesthetically pleasing, perhaps, to my eye. But they pay. It's legal, so what else does a man need?
Whenever it's racking her brain, if there's anything else that could be asked. Hmm.
Well, there's.
You can make psychology rolls for me.
Yeah, that
Okay.
would be useful actually.
I was wondering whether to push things slightly.
I passed the psychology.
I also passed. I got 11 under 44,
Ooh, very nice.
which means I can tick it.
So that's a hard success. And you got standard success, Sam?
It's standard for me, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so when he said that they pay and it's legal, it almost felt like he was overselling it, and perhaps to himself. And Steve, I would say that Edwin thinks that something about it makes him uncomfortable. And
Sure.
you don't necessarily get the impression that it's something that he's seen in one of the boxes, because it wasn't when he was discussing the artwork. He obviously said that some of it was like not to his taste, but that isn't when you got the feeling that he was uncomfortable. It was more when he was talking about the transaction potentially that he and maybe who he's doing the transaction with.
Sure.
This has got to be a moment to roll law, hasn't it? In some form. Like this is like when someone's made that comment and feels really awkward. There must be something you can blag as a.
I mean, well,
I don't think Edwin doesn't think it's like an illegal thing or even like skirting that kind of thing. Okay. There's just something or maybe someone involved in this that makes him feel uncomfortable.
Sure. Well, I think I might lead with tell me, Mr. Emerson, have the police been in touch with you regarding Mr. Elias's death?
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is a little strange, I suppose, he'd come here, but perhaps they weren't even aware that he'd visited me.
Well, there's his death was rather unpleasant, as I'm sure you perhaps saw in the papers. To put it bluntly, he was murdered, and by a rather nasty group of people, we believe.
Yes, I did see a write-up.
And honestly, well, he was here for a reason. He was investigating that place you mentioned, Juju House. And we believe he was killed because he was investigating that place. And, well, again, my belief is that there are a group of people who go around and clean up loose ends, and anybody who ends up on the wrong side of them, or who perhaps has information that they don't want to reach public awareness, then, well, they disappear or they die.
Yes, these expressions change now.
Yeah, you can see he's gone a little pale. And he says, look, the manager of the place, Mr. Nkwane, he honestly makes my skin crawl a little. And I told Mr. Elias the same thing. I don't have any idea about all of this that you're talking about, but yeah. The business was legitimate. I deal with people that I don't like all day, every day. But he was a little something. I would say as well with your psychology rolls that you got, you're pretty sure he's on the level with this. You don't think that there's anything that he's hiding or, yeah.
Did you know anything else about the exporter from Mombasa, where they might have provided these goods from?
It's somebody by the name Arja Singh. That's AHJASINGH.
Do you have records we could look at to these imports to the Juju House? I would very much like to find a way of, well, safeguarding other members of the public and putting a stop to this, but we need information.
I mean, you can have a look at what we got, but it's mostly dates, weights. Probably not very much of use or interest.
Oh, it's a start.
He gets you some stuff out, but yeah, you there's not really anything of note. I would say that you can find that the warehouse in Mombasa is at Kilindini Harbour, which is Kilindini Harbour.
Okay.
Because that's sort of a sent address. But yeah, that you don't really get anything more of use from those records.
Okay.
But you've suitably scared Arthur Emerson.
I will tell him that if he feels, if anything odd happens or he wants to get in touch with anybody, Sam, are you okay with me giving him our current hotel address?
I
at
would
least
be tempted
telegram.
to say message back to
Carlton Ramsey?
Ramsey?
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best choice.
I'll also say that if he needs to contact the police regarding anything, he should probably contact Lieutenant Poole specifically.
Yeah.
There was someone tried to break in the other night.
Someone was shot.
I think that's everything I would want to say. So
yeah, I think so.
I think
Well,
no,
yeah, I'll thank him. Apologize for any stress I might have caused, but think
just
of
as we're
Jackson
leaving,
Elias.
just as we're leaving, I might turn to him and just go, "It's always worth following your gut, Mr. Emerson. If you don't think someone or something feels right, go with your instincts." And then I'll turn around to leave.
Can you both make me completely unimportant listen rolls?
Oh God.
No.
I mean, it's good that you got so much luck to spend, eh?
They genuinely are unimportant.
Well, I don't believe you.
passed.
I didn't. I got 84 over 46. So
Okay. Mrs. Farwell hears he basically lets you go down the stairs on your own. And as you are leaving, you kind of hear the door to his office slam close, and he kind of hear him run down the stairs. And he shouts, that Mombasa Crane and all the other ones, get him out of here as quick as you can.
There's one thing slightly previous to that in the time plan I was hoping to do, which was just while leaving. I know this is totally not probably going to yield anything, but while leaving, I just wanted to like rest my hand on the Mombasa Crate we're passing just for like 2 or 3 seconds, in a very that's my sort of thing is spiritual sense that I don't detect anything though. I don't notice anything odd about it.
There's no like person caged in there that's banging against the side of the crate or anything.
Yeah. Cool. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I love that we made such a big deal about going to that place. Oh, as we're walking out, by the way, Mrs. Farwell would totally be like subtly nodding and smiling at Mr. Price. I think I'll probably actually say, very impressive, Mr. Price. You certainly scared him. Yeah, meet the rest of the group, and I will say, well, Mr. Price scared the living daylights out of Mr. Emerson, and it's safe to say that he's no longer going to be importing for Juju House.
I mean, unfortunately, the sudden change in business practice might well end up meaning that Arthur Emerson suddenly has a visit from Alice Nye, but you can't make an omelette without.
So bad.
Maybe he's just prioritizing his workload to keep them on side.
Yeah, sudden, very prompt delivery. Yeah. Yeah, they won't just leave it on the doorstep or behind the hedge. They'll actually make sure someone's in to collect it.
They won't throw it over the building onto West 137th from Ransom Court.
And they definitely won't just put it in the bottom of the bin.
On bin day.
Which, as we all know, is the safest place to put a package.
Okay, so now on to Juju House. Okay, so who is going in? And the others are going to go into next door, right? Is that right?
I think that is the plan. No one's happy about it, but that is what was discussed.
I love it.
I have base stealth, so it's not a.
I mean, as far as we're aware, it's an empty room. You just have to walk in and not like.
Well, no,
it's down and shout and scream. And
again, it's more the fact that like we have been picked up on the street by cops in this area, or at least you have. Anyway, no, it's probably fine.
We've got
nothing can go wrong if we don't.
We're fine.
As long as you roll good, nothing can go wrong.
That's why I got this big chunky metal dice.
Yeah, I think Winifred's now scared herself and doesn't want to go in anymore.
Okay.
You
can just wait to hear the news of our deaths at the hotel.
No. I would follow being like sneaking into the other building. I don't want to walk in the front door.
I would suggest to Mrs. Farwell that maybe we should have a carriage waiting for us outside in case one or both groups need to make a very quick retreat without being followed.
Mrs. Farwell strongly considers being like, I'll make sure the carriage remains now that she did.
Mr. Barton will not judge you if that's what you say.
Okay.
I will go.
So Merritt and Mr. Farwell going in now? Is that right?
I don't mind which group I go with.
I think from the previous conversation, we were floating the idea of Hobbs.
Yeah.
Because apart from anything, I think Mr. Farwell might be quite useful next door.
Okay,
and obviously Hobbs will be much welcomed.
I can stick my gun against the wall and start firing if I hear any loud noises.
Stab.
So What is the plan for entry?
Well, doesn't Hobbs have disguise as well? Sorry, just remember.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think his disguise is fake mustache and like fake like glasses and stuff. I think it's just a case of having a different color coat on that he normally wears and bundling up. Like I said, it's January. It's like been a blizzard. He doesn't need to look stupid, like buy some weird, ridiculous 20 years out of date hat or something.
Look, that's not my disguise hat. That's my fun hat. Don't mix them up. I'm wearing a different hat today.
I mean, maybe he did buy a new hat, but it's yeah, I don't think it's yeah. So he's vaguely disguised, but only in that he's wearing some different clothes to what he was stopped in the street and also shot in separately on separate occasions. He owns more than 2 outfits, so he's got a third outfit to.
You've got your being shot outfit now.
Yeah, well, it's like having a painting outfit.
Yeah. It would be a shame to get bullet holes in anything else.
Yeah.
Are you planning on sending the people into the pawn shop first to get situated?
It's daytime, right? So getting into this pawn shop might seem it might be a bit tricky without being seen.
Well,
I mean, I think maybe actually that if we go to Juju House first, then that's enough of a distraction for us to go into the pawn shop without arousing any suspicion. But it won't be like long afterwards, like maybe a minute or two after people enter the store.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Yeah, we've got the carriage to wait like close by. Maybe at the
in
end
terms of the
way,
distraction, it wasn't like too much of a scene that we're planning on causing, is it? It's just going and distracting them by being a customer in the shop.
Distraction.
Yeah.
I think as well, I might have like the overalls in my bag, like 2 sets. That way, I can always just get into those if I think somebody's come knocking.
I mean, the people going towards Juju House could maybe like check that the courtyard is clear, that there's nobody sat around watching, and maybe cough twice or something to indicate the coast is clear.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, if Wilfred and Edwin are going to go in like overalls, it does feel like Miss Farwell is going to stand out, right?
I'm not going in.
Oh, okay. You're going to carry over. Never mind.
Jeez, actually, I don't know. I've no idea now. I don't know.
Well, you did buy the value pack of overalls. We haven't.
Yeah, I did.
And
I
it does
think
seem
you just
logical to go into the pawn shop wearing overalls. That
just
would be
walk up
more
and try the
logical.
door with confidence, and you'll be fine.
But it would be a logical alibi if someone, it's like the fluorescent jacket.
It's the high-vis, yeah.
Exactly. So maybe you should wear overalls. And then maybe I know it's boring, but maybe I do just hang back at the carriage.
Or just put a hat and a set of overalls on and...
Suppose.
That is a sort of working theory for example, how so many women dressed as men snuck aboard ships during like the Age of Exploration or whatever, or like a working argument for why trans people were so stealth in previous eras. And one of the theories is that it was literally just perfect social camouflage, in that if you saw someone otherwise female-bodied wearing men's clothing, you were so conditioned to not expect a cis woman to wear men's clothing that you will go, that person is wearing trousers, they must be a man.
Yeah.
So if Mrs. Farwell wanted to wear overalls, she could probably pass.
And if we had to interact with someone, I'd just be the one hanging at the back and no one would even notice. Yeah.
Yeah, to people walking down the street, if they see 3 people in overalls going thin, they're going to go, there's 3 men in overalls going in that building, and not think more of it. Not think,
right.
The idea of
I'm going to stop brandishing my gun unless we stop moving.
Mrs. Farwell is wearing overalls too. I think that sounds
cool. Okay.
So Merritt and Ted were going first.
But they should be checking the courtyard's clear, because like if there's a lookout,
yes,
we don't want to be traipsing into. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna ask for a couple of group luck rolls in this next section. So, a group luck roll is the lowest person in, like, the person with the lowest luck in the group. So, out of Jack and John, what are your luck scores?
48.
I got 55.
Okay, John, if you can make a luck roll for me. Oh dear.
50.
Oh, what?
Oh, you can't spend luck on
Expensive
No,
luck.
It's just you're always going to be 2 away.
Just keep
I
going.
spent
2
all
more.
my luck
2
and I
more.
still didn't succeed. How? Okay.
Can I spend luck for him?
No. Okay.
This is a significant pause.
We're just gonna get immediately like clocked,
Gunned down.
like arrested by the police, aren't we?
It might just be that
Taken
it's shut.
straight.
Well,
Yeah.
as the shop front window explodes, how many of us are caught in the blast?
A giant tentacle bursts through the glass,
Yeah.
wraps itself around Ted, and drags him through this too small window.
Don't threaten Ted with a good time.
Okay. As much as I think somebody was joking, it is currently closed. You walk up to the shop and there is a sign in the window: the opening hours of 9 to 5, closed on Sundays, and lunch is between 12 and 1 p.m. And I'm going to say that you're currently at about 12:40 by the time that you get there. So not too long to wait. You also cannot see properly into the shop through the window. The shop front has like a display window and a glass door, but they're both kind of curtained behind them. So yeah, you can see in the display window there are pieces of art and that sign which has the opening times, but you cannot see further into the shop. So sometime within the next sort of 20 minutes, you would expect the proprietor to return. But the court is currently empty.
Is there anywhere for us to sit? And we won't sit outside in this weather, but like a diner or something that we can just sit in and have like a coffee while, and maybe keep an eye on the front of the.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. You could go like out of the court and over the road, and you'd be able to see the entrance to Ransom Court.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you head out and tell the others that there's currently nobody in there, it may be a prime moment for
the rest
you
of us
to get
can-
in situ.
Yeah.
Going first, I think I agree.
Well, that gives us a chance then if the door is locked.
So also, you guys who are going into, there's no issue entering the pawn shop. Are you attempting to peek out of the window in the door at all throughout this? What is your sort of plan for positioning yourselves within there?
I think our plan is to look into the attic and like whether there's a basement, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But like we're investigating that. I'm also curious to know whether I think I could replace the locks on this building so that we have keys, but other people don't have keys.
Okay. You can make me a roll.
I mean, it's doable.
Locksmith.
I'm just. Well, I mean, I imagine it's like mechanical repair.
I think it was locksmith.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to break the lock. I'm trying to use tools to remove the lock and put a new lock in. Which
That's still what a locksmith does.
Yeah, when you change your locks at home,
yeah, you do get a locksmith.
Mechanic, or do you call
But like, I can replace a lock. I can't pick a lock. like a lot. But that's if that's how we want to do it, that's totally fine. I can roll locksmith. I have a 1% chance of doing it.
You can make a mechanical repair roll, but I'm going to say that it will be, if you succeed in this way and you choose to do it, it'll be less stealthy than if you had passed the locksmith roll.
People
I
might
think
know
go for
what
locksmith
you mean.
roll.
Well, I'm not going to do
I'm
it.
happy for you. I'm happy for you to make the
Yeah.
roll and have that in pocket, and then if you want to do the thing, you can do the thing.
Well, I rolled 18 under 55.
Okay.
So that's my view on that. But
Pocket
it wouldn't
that.
have passed a locksmith
Yeah.
roll, which is the 1%.
Yeah. Pocket that as something that you've gone, I can do that later, if we decide we want to do that. So yeah, well, you three are now in situ within this building, and you two are over the road at a cafe, waiting to see. Go on, Sam.
Given the other build, he's currently out to lunch in the other building, I would be keen to move quite quickly to see if there's an obvious, relatively easy entrance to Juju House while we're in the building. Like,
That makes
is
sense.
the attic space open, or is there some way? For example, is it obvious that there's a door that's just a lock between the two, or is it like completely a solid wall between the two? Given we think they might have been one building at some point. Like
Okay. Yeah. So you see what was previously described to you. So it's covered in dust in here, hasn't been used for some time. There is no door to next door. So there's a door at either end of the building, and those are the only two doors in here. You do manage to find the entrance to the attic space. Are you going up there also?
I'll follow.
Are you gonna?
Yeah.
Is Wilfred going?
I think
up
Wilfred
to try
said,
and check
going
that?
up first. So yeah.
Okay. Can I have a group luck roll from your group as well, please?
I think I've got the lowest luck.
Yeah.
That is a fail. That's
Okay.
I rolled a 90 over 27.
Okay.
It's not an open attic.
Yeah, that's why I don't spend luck.
So you go into the attic, and you can see. Well, you can't see very much because it's dark. Do you have a light source, or are you going to sort of fumble forward and see if you hit a wall?
I think I would. We do have light sources, but I think we're not necessarily pulling them out yet, unless it's absolutely.
I mean, you could probably crawl forward, and you would be like, "I've gone far enough now that there would be a wall here if there were to be a wall."
That's my first guess.
As long as you don't fall through the ceiling of Juju House,
it's fine.
Yeah. While we're doing that, I will be lighting my little lantern.
Okay, fine.
So you move forward, and you think that you have gone far enough to prove that there is an open attic space between these two separate buildings. Mrs. Farwell's lantern comes on, and you can see, in fact, that you can see the whole way along this. And then you hear the door directly below you in Juju House unlock, presumably from the inside, and swing open. And we'll leave it there.
Do you mean the door to the attic?
No, the door to the shop.
So you're now directly above.
That you're padding around above.
Creeping around above. I'm creeping.
Silent, obviously. Fun.
Cool. Technically in Juju House at the end of this session. Nice.
Finally made it.
What could go wrong?
Thanks, everyone. Very slightly early finish, but a good point to leave it. Any questions or comments? Put them in the chat, and we can chat about them. I think that we're all good for next week. and there may be more news on other things coming on the channel at some point soon. So look out for that. Join us on the Discord, and you'll get all that information speedy fast. There is a link below the stream, whichever platform you're watching us on. Thanks everybody for joining us this evening. I think that's everything. Anything good in the chat, John? Just burn down the block from Max Writer. Yeah, that'd work probably. Who knows? If it's some kind of fire elemental, maybe not. But and you've rolled badly on your luck roll, so it's probably a fire elemental.
That's how these plots work, right, Johnny? It's just all based on our luck rolls.
Yep.
I'm hoping you won't remember the bad rolls next week.
If we
I think
keep
you
rolling
just,
like
I've already done the things that were your bad rolls. Like the luck roll when you were for John and Ted is that the shop was closed when you got there. That just happened to actually be better for the other group, but they're relevant to their luck roll. And your bad luck roll is that he hadn't gone out for lunch; he was having it in the store. Anyway,
I love to imagine that if we fail luck rolls like enough times in a row, Nyarlathotep just is summoned in front of us or something.
This is important contextual information that I think shouldn't be left behind.
for reference, the hat Justin is referring to is described as Tyrolese felt hat, silk cord, and tassel feathers German.
It was
Lovely.
also, according to the linked material, popular in the 1890 to 1900. You're muted.
Oh, yeah.
Your
I wanna hear
defense
about
is
that.
muted.
I'm bringing it back.
Well, fashion does come in cycles, so
It's true. It's so 90s. What can I say? I'm a 90s kid.
I mean, it's actually true.
Yeah, I think on balance though, I'm looking at the book in lockpicking. I think that the lockpicking skill is probably what is meant to be used for also replacing locks, and I think that is fair, and reasonable.
But I'm happy to use, I'm not a super stickler, so I'm happy to use
fair.
yours. But yeah, with the caveat that it would be slightly clunkier than if you were.
I think that's totally
locksmithing it.
reasonable.
Anything else, John? Are we up to date?
Yeah, I just like that one.
If you roll badly, it's a skill issue. 42.
If we roll well, it's all the GM. That's story crafting.
Cool. That was fun. Thanks, everyone. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, we are back next week to find out what will happen to Mr. Farwell in the loft. Only good things, I'm sure.
Mr. Farwell in the loft with the candlestick.
It's fine. It's not like there's light coming through the loft floorboards or anything.
But unless the other place is really dark, it won't be obvious anyway.
Like, for example, if they
had
contact
thought-
to lunch and turn the lights off so no one will look at the window.
Yeah, like you do pitch black lunch. That makes perfect sense. It's be far more likely they would hear someone banging around, knocking into things, not able to see, than it would
probably
be
just
they might see
rats,
a small
you
amount
know.
of light from a lantern.
Just rats, yeah.
Rats in New York are quite large, so
Like,
It's true.
rats with lanterns is less common, I think. But
Do we work out who owns that
Impossible.
pawn shop yet? Like, do we know? Because like Juju House might own that pawn shop, and that would be awkward.
You think it's essentially got no owner at the moment?
Okay, that case,
Yeah.
I think we've got cover. We've got cover then. Be awkward if we were like, oh, the new owners are looking to, like, we're the owners. Like, oh, oops.
oh, you just bought it.
You hired us to refurbish the asset. I know you did. You must have forgotten.
Is there a gaslight skill?
There's Cthulhu by Gaslight, so you
Oh,
know.
there we
I think Fast Talk is the Gaslight skill.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I think you should make a one-page. There probably is a one-page RPG where the only skills are Gaslight, Gatekeep, and Girl Boss.
I think it could work. I think it has legs.
Oh no, we need mansplain in there as well.
No, well, it
That's Gaslight.
depends on the class.
It's
The other
like-
classes,
Oh yeah, you're right.
what is it? Manipulate, mansplain. I don't remember that one.
Mangle.
No.
It's got
Right.
the word man in it, so
Yeah.
Mandolin.
I think the dog just heard me say right and thought something was happening.
poor dog.
But yeah, cool. Thanks, everybody. We'll catch you next week and nothing else. Bye.